on a couple times. Calvin Parker, numerous. Neil was on. People that been abducted. And I've been hearing, at least from the majority of the people, that their experiences of being abducted was not a friendly type of experience. And they all walked away feeling that, well, whoever abducted them was not, well, looking to benefit mankind. They were getting the information, getting whatever they wanted, the DNA, for their own sources. They really didn't care that much if they hurt you or not during the examinations. So, I mean, I don't know. It makes me just wonder what's going on. And again, with all the cattle mutilations, people being mutilated, disappearing, then, like I said earlier, found like in the Amazon, South America, Brazil, photographs, again, where their sex glands were removed, their tongues were removed, their hearts removed, all done with a laser precision. So it tells me something is going on. We will be back, so go get another cup of hot Java or another cup of refill of that hot cocoa and maybe even some popcorn or cookies you can dip into that. We will be right back right after these breaks.
Vete, vamos a hacer un contrato donde solo figure buen trato. Es puro sentimiento, con todo lo que digo no miento. Te quiero dejar en lo más alto y no me jacto. Baby, te enseño a bailar lento, muy lento, bebé.
Do you have a paranormal story you want to share on Night Dreams Talk Radio? You could be a guest. Email us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
If you would like to hear Night Dreams Talk Radio on your local radio station, let them know. Tell them to check out www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. And thank you.
You are listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio Network, from our compound to you worldwide, with your host, Gary Anderson.
Well, that is me. First thing I want to do is a shout out, which I haven't done for a long time, to all the truckers that listen to my show while they're making long hauls at the night. I want to thank you guys because your guys are really loyal and I get a lot of messages from you. And again, that song I was playing by Major Dreamer, you can go on to our website, www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. You can find a link to that song and you can actually purchase that song from them, not from us. And a lot of people also like that bumper music. Now we're going to get back to Dave. We're talking about UFOs, abductions, and all the things that's involved in it. And I hope you guys, the listener, none of you guys have been abducted. Anyway, Dave, are you still here?
Yes, I sure am.
Okay, we are back and live.
Yeah, Gary, you were talking a while ago, I guess, about the bright lights. But also, the ETs use a bright light to erase your memory. When I was in Sedona, in my room, there was about a 6-inch tubular light that they kept going up and down my head. Every time it hit my eyes, it hurt, it burnt. And there was somebody walking me, and then there was somebody sitting in the chair in the room, and they were walking me back and forth. This was after I saw that brown tube go between my legs in the room. And this was connected to the Japanese hybrid that I was talking about earlier, and I'll get into that. And I felt that bright light, and I thought for sure that's how they erase your memory. But apparently they didn't get all my memory, because I remember the brown tube that went to in between my legs, and then me kicking it, and then them knocking me out again. And so apparently they must. Some people, I guess, experience things differently, painfully, but I'm knocked out. I'm like under an anesthetic, and I don't really know what's going on. I do catch glimpses and regression. They can't erase everything. There's always a piece in your mind left that you know that they've done something, and you saw them, or you've had something happen to you that they've done, and that's the case there. But that's my thought about how they erase your memory. But why they had to get me up and walk me back and forth in the room, I don't know. Maybe because they might have thought I had a weak heart. Maybe these aliens know that sometimes if people have weak hearts, or if they can't stand the pain or misery, they just knock you out like an anesthetic, just like a colonoscopy. They knock you out. So you don't know what happens afterwards. And then I hear these stories about people that are going through a lot of pain and agony, and they're being drug along, and they're being thrown on tables and actually pierced with metal objects. I don't remember that. I know I've been pierced with these implants, but I didn't feel those because I was dumbed down. Like I said, there's different levels of being dumbed down and then being completely out, but that's how I see it. And I guess we're seeing different types of abductions. And this is what I've been thinking. How do some of these people go through such horror? And myself, I've just been kind of knocked out. I've been scared. Oh, my goodness. I was so scared I called up another researcher friend of mine after I was abducted with all that electricity and everything. And then I actually saw about a 5-foot small reptilian in my room. It was by the closet, and when I looked at it, I got so scared. I'm afraid of the snakes, the cobra anyway. That's what it looked like, and it disappeared, and my heart was beating out of its side. Yes, there's fear in everything that you do through these.
Well, Dave. Well, maybe he was looking at you, and don't take this wrong, please, like a Big Mac, because they are the ones that have been reported that like humans as food. They're cannibals. And a lot of people out there will claim, oh, no, they're the ones here trying to serve man and help man. But there's been so many reports of them, that species of alien, that look at us as no more than, when you go out and buy a hamburger at the grocery store. And that is scary. So maybe you've been lucky. Maybe, too, you've been lucky from when they take and put you under. Maybe you're one of the people that can go under more easier with whatever they use to do it. Because I have had guests on my show that actually when they started doing their examination, like all of a sudden they're cutting them open, and they're not all the way, knocked out. And they said the pain was so bad, and when they started screaming, then they, administered whatever they do, and then they were,
Right.
put under. It's scary, to go through that. And, thank God that they do their best to go through and eliminate that memory in your brain of what happened. Because you know what? If a person remembered what happened when they were abducted and when they were on that table and doing whatever they do, I think it would drive a lot of people into, I hate to say it, a funny farm.
Right. I can tell you some of my vivid dreams from my regressions, and maybe this will make sense on who it was that I was dealing with. I first told you about the there's blue aliens, and this guy was blue spotted on his arm. He had me lay down behind a long-haired female and covered me up. During that time, I thought I was mating, okay? And then he got me up. He sent me to this panel. He had me walk down this very small hallway, and it was all glittery stainless steel. I walked down that hallway, and I guess I come back to where I was at in bed or whatever. They normally mess with me at night while I'm in bed, and I think that's the best time that they choose for a lot of people, I guess. But I remember that one. So then I remember a Noah's Ark ship that I was on, and it was very vivid, Gary, very vivid. And I know these are regressions because they're vivid, very to the point. I was walking down this hallway, and I saw these rooms, and it was metal, shiny metal hallway and wall. I walked down to a big room, and this is why I call it the Noah's Ark ship, because there was 3 podiums, and there was a bunch of entities. I couldn't see who they were, but there was a bunch of entities, and there was an entity holding an animal on each podium, a different animal. I could make out the one animal kind of looked like a kangaroo or split between some jackrabbit and a kangaroo. That's all I can make out, but they were showing animals. I guess they were planning on different planets or whatever. And then I turned around. I started walking away. At my right foot was a little black box. It was tailing my right heel. I don't know if you've heard about the little black box that sometimes they use to put your soul in.
No, I've not heard.
But I'm not sure.
Dave, I have not. So why don't you explain that to the listeners?
Well, it was a little black box. It was square. It was moving along with my foot, and I looked down, and it just kept following along with me. I walk up to these. They look like women in white, and I got to looking at what they were doing. I looked between them. I saw a humanoid baby, about 6 months old. It had 3 eyes, and it had it right across. It didn't not one eye was up high on the forehead. It was actually, they were in line, more or less, not shown like they do the Cyclops. This was in line, 3 of them. And I said, oh, my God, a 3-eyed baby. I turned around, and here walks a tall, and this could be the aliens that could be working with me, a tall, white alien female. She was about, like 6'7", 6'8", very tall. I had to look up at her. She had no hair. She was very pale. She had big, dark eyes, and she wasn't scary looking. I mean, she looked very feminine. She had a 2-piece. It was a light tan, and I could see colors in these vivid dreams. She had a light tan 2-piece outfit, like a skirt that come down to her knee, and then she had a top on. And it was light tan. She walked by me, and then she motioned for me to come over to the panel, and then she touched something on the board. She disappeared, and I kind of jumped back, and I asked her, I said, what did you do? And she didn't smile. She just had just a little grimace on her lips, so just a little grimace. And I said, wow. I said, this is something. And then she turned around, and she walked down another small corridor. All these corridors are just alike. They're only about, I guess, 4 or 5 feet wide. They're metallic, and you walk down this corridor apparently that's how you get beamed back, Scotty. Like a